A Sydney court has heard that a police officer failed to properly investigate a complaint about a sexual predator who was on parole. Days later, Anthony Sampieri raped a 7-year-old girl in the toilet of a dance studio in Sydney South. Senior Constable Andrew Bruce has denied any wrongdoing. Crime reporter Mark Reddie.
Police officers are meant to protect the community, but Senior Constable Andrew Bruce is accused of failing to carry out his most basic duty.
Would you have done this investigation differently?
It's been 1 year since Anthony Sampieri raped a 7-year-old girl at knife point. The convicted sex offender was on parole when he attacked the girl at this Kogarah dance studio in Sydney South. 3 weeks earlier, this woman went to police to report a series of lewd phone calls. I was fearing for my life. I was very scared for this man to get to me. It wasn't what he said, but the way he said it, it was very creepy. I could tell by the man's voice that he was a nasty piece of work. Turns out the calls were made by Anthony Sampieri, but the woman told the court, Senior Constable Bruce told her, the rapist only had a minor criminal history. We googled his name and it came up with an article that he raped a 60-year-old woman and he went to jail. I was just a mess because I had the feeling this guy was bad. I started shaking and crying. The court was also played an interview Senior Constable Bruce conducted with Sampieri at his house. Have you been making any phone calls to real estates or anything recently? Maybe. What have you been saying? I don't know. I'm giving you a warning, mate. You've got to stop what you're doing. But there was no arrest and Anthony Sampieri continued to roam freely.
The court heard Senior Constable Andrew Bruce knew Anthony Sampieri was on parole when he looked him up in a police database, but that he failed to examine his extensive criminal history. The 31-year-old has pleaded not guilty to 2 charges of neglecting his duties as a police officer.
Anthony Sampieri is due to be sentenced next month. Mark Reddie ABC News, Sydney.